Hey everybody, we're back for round two. Terrified of what's going to happen against another deck that is 1-0, but we'll see. This hand is definitely keepable. All three colors, a 2-drop, a couple of 3-drops, definitely keeping. Our opponent won the die roll, so they're playing first. Mountain, we're going to lead with this swamp, I guess. And pass the turn. We got a water whirl, so we can reveal that if need be to unmorph the Dragon's Eye Savant. Don't necessarily want to. I'd prefer that to be a secret. But we'll see. Doesn't matter though, we're going to go Smoke Teller. And pass the turn. And then I think we're going to go Woolly Loxodon. Although maybe we just go Dragon's Eye Savant. Morph. We could look at it. Probably not gonna, but we could. Swing in for 2. He doesn't want none of that, so we'll cast this guy face down. I will offer the trade. And he says, awaken the bear. And I say, alright. It's going to live through that awaken the bear. That was a wasted combat trick, and I'm pretty happy with that. And I get to look at his hand, so that's pretty cool. There we go. He was deeply confused at first. So he's got an Arrow Storm and a Savage Punch that we need to think about. That Arrow Storm's going to be online next turn. Savage Punch. Alright. Savage Punch is a sorcery though, so that's not as terrifying. So is Arrow Storm for that matter. Alright, we're going to smash in. And then we're going to play Skull Hunter. He had Sandbar, Punch, Arrow Storm, Island. If he wants to discard that island, then his Arrow Storm is not going to be online. Otherwise, he's going to have to discard a creature, meaning that he has no creatures other than that morph. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for the Sandbar, so he has no creatures in hand. So he's got to draw into the creatures. He's Teamer, though, so he should have them. There's that island, so we know he has a Punch and a Storm. And he's just passing the turn. Sounds good. So he could on-morph. Which means... well, this turn I'm only going to morph. So I can just take a look at that and find out what it is. Is it a Snowhorn Rider? It's a Witness of the Ages. Witness of the Ages. So it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can unmorph it. So I'm not going to attack in. I'm just going to morph down this Woolly Loxodon. And pass the turn. And he's going to unmorph, I think. Yep. So he could punch my Savant now. That would be mean. Passes the turn. Alright. Totally okay with that. I could Water Whirl and get in for 6. It doesn't seem great. I could just storm in with the Loxodon. That seems fine by me. Because Punch is... oh, what's this going to be? Bringlow? Surrock! In comes Surrock, and he's a 6/6. He can't be countered. Other creatures can't be countered. Other creatures have trample. Sure thing. Please block with Surrock. Yes! Sure, double block. That's fine by me. Surrock's going down. Totally okay with that. So I know his hand is still Arrow Storm and Savage Punch. I still have Mandrills. I still have River Wheel. Is he going to punch the Savants? Yes, he is. And then I bet he's going to bash in for 6. And I'm going to let it through. And he drops a Heart Piercer that's going to kill off the Smoke Teller. Alright. Sure. If you want to be mean like that, I guess. So he's got an Arrow Storm, so I won't play out the Aerialists. Kintree Warden. What I will do is I will Hooting Mandrills. I'm going to give him a couple targets for the Arrow Storm. Come on. Highlight, highlight. There we go. And then we're going to morph down a Kintree Warden. So if he Arrow Storms the Hooting Mandrills, I'd be okay with that, I think. And that's what's going to happen, I think. Yeah, down they go. So now I know nothing about his hand. But I am going to double block here. Hopefully that means our Aerialists are in the clear. And we'll pass the turn. Hopefully they're in the clear. Ghost Fireblade, alright. So he's going to make Heart Piercer big. Still not big enough, but... And he's lost connection to the game. Alright. Equipping that Ghost Fireblade was just too much for his connection. So, he has one card in hand. One card in hand. It could be another Savage Punch, and that would be bad. It would be great if he didn't do that this turn, though, because then we could Water Whirl in response. But that Ghost Fireblade could be a problem. Maybe we think about siding in Naturalize, but probably not. There we go, he's back. So let's see what that card is in his hand and what he's going to think about doing. We've got him on a 4-turn clock. He's not going to swing in, he's just going to pass the turn. That's fine. Death Frenzy. Would not hit Heart Piercer, unfortunately. So, I think we're just going to bash in for 4. And then just pass the turn. We may be willing to just take the 4 here. And then Water Whirl whatever else he puts out. So we get actually 2 creatures down. Doesn't put anything down, alright. Well, we're going to come in again. This isn't a race we can win at the moment, but he doesn't know about the Water Whirl. There we go, he's going to punch it. And we're going to say, It's not nice to punch. which means that he can't actually equip the Ghostfire Blade if he recasts the Heart Piercer. He's not going to get the extra bonus for the Heart Piercer. And the race swings in our favor. So we get to pop him down. We're going to just straight up cast this guy. Let's get a green back. I don't think I can afford Death Frenzy anyways. No, I can't. But he now has to answer that Aerialists right now. And he can't, so we actually pull it out. So we're going to go into game 2. So Ghostfire Blade is really good, but still not enough to justify putting in Naturalize. I think I like the deck as is. There are a lot of combat tricks, so Force Away might have a place. And it might have a place over Icy Blast. Icy Blast is really good, but I don't think in this deck. Maybe Death Frenzy. We didn't see that many 2-drops, did we? What did we see? We saw the Heart Piercer. We saw Witness of the Ages, which is 2. We saw Surrock, which is definitely not 2. Yeah, I guess we didn't really see any 2s, so let's get rid of Death Frenzy. And we'll go like that. If we actually pull out 2-0 with this deck, I'm going to be incredibly impressed. Not in myself, just in the luck of Magic. That's decent enough. Yeah, we'll keep this. Has all 3 colors, which is pretty important for our deck. Tri-land. I want a Tri-land. We could just jump out that Kin Tree Warden. Do we, though? No, I don't think we do. So unfortunately, Dragon's Eye Savant, I'd only be able to reveal off of Glacial Stalker at the moment, and I really don't want to give away that information. Down comes the Wetland Sandbar, sure thing. I think I will actually just throw down this Kin Tree Warden. It'll trade with the Sandbar, it'll put something in the graveyard for my Murderous Cut and for my other Delve cards. Sure. Totally fine with that. He's going to awaken the bear that? That's aggressive. That is really aggressive. Scavengers, black 1, 2, 3. Not quite. So, I guess I do go with the Dragon's Eye Savant. Which means I'd have to show off the Glacial Stalker. I will block. Any tricks? You have another trick. Another Awaken the Bear? Well, guess what? Same play as last time. It doesn't die. Oh, I went way too fast and didn't get to look at his hand. And he just gives up. Okay. I wish I had seen his hand. Maybe it was really, really terrible, but we actually pulled that off somehow. We are 2-0 with this deck that somehow pulls out games. We're going to go into the finals, hopefully try for 3-0, but I'd be pretty happy with 2-1 with this pile here. So I will see you guys for round 3, where hopefully we have an opponent who doesn't concede quite so fast.